Do you want early access? Do you want uncut reactions? If so, then check out our Patreon. Link in the description down below. In some ways, I'm glad they took a week off to give us a little bit of space to deal with everything that's happened. But still, though, man, whoa. I know that Best Jeanist made a comeback and was able to do a lot. So was Mirio, and I'm glad Mirio seems to have his powers back. But, so many things. And of course, All For One taking over Shigaraki's body and just being like, basically taking everyone out with the snap of his fingers. Like, Jesus. That's him at 70%. I can only imagine what he's going to be like at 100%. It's going to be scary, man. It's going to be freaking terrifying.
I'm also not sure how there's any possible way for the second half of this season to top the first half of this season.
Maybe they won't try to. Maybe they played their hand of just like the extremeness of this arc, and now we're going to have a little bit of a rest.
Yeah.
And then maybe we'll have another heavy story-based arc. Maybe like a training arc or something like that. Like a mini training arc. And that'll lead into the next season. And then hopefully, they'll be able to handle themselves better whenever it comes to this. But I don't know. And the title of this episode, Hellish Hell.
Ah, yes. The hell here is made out of hell.
Yes.
Seems a little redundant.
Anyway, I figured let's go ahead, get into it, because it's been a week since we've had a My Hero Academia episode. As a matter of fact, it's been a week since we've had a My Hero, and it's also been another week since we've had a Spy X Family episode, and we might be doing that tomorrow with Kate. Don't know. We'll see. Just depends on how Kate feels, I guess. This is My Hero Academia, Hellish Hell. Here we go. I am nowhere.
ヴィラン掃討作戦が開始される直前、低下事件に関わる重要人物を。
Redestro? Damn, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good intro track.
Yeah, not bad.
お待たせして申し訳ありません。
いいえ、とんでもありません。
今回の提案は
Oh.
白紙に戻させていただきます。
Oh shit. Well, oh no.
サポートアイテムの共同開発依頼などとたばかりおってブバイ河原の個性一銭ものか。まさかこのような強行策を打ってくるとは。あたがたの作り上げてきた秩序か。
It's looking like there might be a lot of recap in this episode.
シガラキがそこにいること。
We're hearing this from Deku's perspective.
エンデバーチームの突。
And thus here we are.
護送のため輸送ヘリ2機を使用。
Headshot. Oh, Gitten's been captured.
申し訳ありません。
Damn. Hey, they got
頂
him.
上解放戦線幹部下点確保。花畑航空確保。16929
Damn.
確保。
That's a lot of dudes.
17,000 people, basically.
Like I said, the villains, it was a draw between Shigaraki and those heroes, but overall, the heroes didn't really lose this. Shigaraki's still the ultimate weapon, pretty much, but at least they're not an army now.
Well, this side of the assault won, basically.
制圧および拘束にも成功。
Ah.
その被害は。
逃走中、まだ近くにいるとのこと。
Prioritize helping the people. Exactly.
Yeah. Screw catching Toga, there's a lot of people that need help right now. Yeah.
Or like Ochako is indispensable at this juncture right here because her ability gives her so much that she can do to lift rubble and help people. Save as many lives as possible. Don't.
これはもうダメでしょ
It may seem hopeless.
転職先どうしてさっきまで通信してたよな聞いてたよな
No.
声目を覚ましてくれよ先生頼むからこういう状態やめようぜ頼むよ
スティックが信じねえほら信じねえかんな実なわけねえじゃねえか
感じる多少想定を外れたがそろそろかな来ると思うんだろうね休む暇など与えないだから僕の本体を解き放つんだ
Shit. Man, that really sucks about Midnight.
Yeah, it does.
It's like Majestic was cool too. Obviously, I love Wizard, so like Wizard Hero is a loss to me, but we haven't seen as much of him.
But
Midnight's the first like really favorite character of mine that's died now.
Jesus.
That's awful.
It is, because she put her faith in Yayarozu and the and her team to do their job, and whilst they did it,
if I was one of the heroes and I caught up with whoever is responsible for her death, I'd be just like Dingy from Chainsaw
Compress.
Man.
It was Compress.
I'd be like, there's one less hot lady in the world now because of you.
Well, it was Compress who did it. Yeah. He was the one who basically made all that.
Well,
rubble.
He hit her with the rubble, actually. There were more people killed after that because he hit her with the rubble and her mask was still on when she was laying on the ground. And then there were more villains in that area after they moved on through because they were still fighting other people. And her mask ended up being like on the ground separate from her by the time she was dead, so something else happened that we didn't actually get to see to all those heroes. Because Majestic was also there fighting like to help them try to get the anesthetics into Giganomachia's mouth. It almost kind of looked like he had gotten crushed by Giganomachia like as he started to move again or something.
Probably. I mean, given everything that's happened, I mean,
Mount Lady was there too and looked real fucked up. Like it still hasn't really said for sure about her, but I hope she's.
Well, her and Kamui Woods both were messed up really bad, and I think that's what's going to be happening over the next few episodes, sifting through the chaos and making sense of everything that's left behind, and trying to gauge what the damage is and what can be done. Because right there, Ochiko's seeing that one hero saying, I need to find a new line of work.
Yeah.
Basically, at that point, I would look at... if I'm a hero on the ground right there with him, I'm walking up to him, and I'd basically look right at him, I'd grab him, and I'd just like, look, if you want to look for a new career, save it until after your job is done here.
Yeah.
You don't have time to start doubting yourself and doubting what we do.
He needs a slap.
Well, if he starts, like I would basically almost treat him like how Kratos did. You got to where Kratos met Tyr, right? In the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. When Kratos basically grabbed him by the shoulders and like pressed him against the wall, he's like, master yourself. Were you not a leader of men? and basically I would do that, and then if he still relented and just like, what's the point? Everything's pointless. We're all like, none of this matters. At that point, then I would slap him, and I would just be like, I would just be like, if you want to quit, then leave right now. Get out of our way. But I suggest for now, do everything that you can to save these people's lives. And just honestly, I've been told that there were certain scenarios, for instance, during 9/11, there were several emergency workers during like the fires when the towers fell. Like there were fires that were going on all around, and they couldn't get to people that they could hear screaming for help underneath all the rubble. And they basically just gave up and sat down, and then other rescue workers came in and found them and asked, what are you doing? It's just like, there's nothing we can do. We can't get to them. I mean, what's the point? We dig up this rubble, the fire's just going to come back, and this and that. And then basically, I forget the guy's name. He was a U.S. Marine that was stationed in New York, and after he was done helping, he actually shipped off to Iraq or shipped off to Afghanistan and did 2 tours over there. But he basically looked at them and he said, if you're not gonna help me, then get up and get out of my way. And they basically is just like how can you look at this as just like and think that you know anything can be done? And then he looked at them and he said, what will happen if I sit here and do nothing? Nothing. But if I am doing something and if I am putting forth an effort to make a difference, maybe I can. Great things don't happen by sitting there and doing nothing. Great things are accomplished by putting forth an effort and trying to make a difference. That's always been the case. Always has been, always will be. Sitting around and doing nothing does not help anything. And being in the way, you're just obstructing basically someone from saving someone else's life. And that's that guy right there, that hero expressing doubt. I mean, that's where it starts. And
it's like, this is what you freaking signed up for, dude. This is what you went to school for. Like,
exactly.
You don't get to this point and then just be like, nah. It's like,
this is too much.
This is the do or die moment. You done passed the time for doubts a long time ago.
This is do or die time, brother. You need to make a choice and you need to do something. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's going to do it, everyone. This was My Hero Academia, Hellish Hell. Definitely lives up to the name on that, given everything we saw in this episode. So hopefully the next episode we will be able to find out some good news about some of the heroes, and hopefully they are still with us, like Mount Lady and Kamui Woods, and
hopefully that was the extent of the bad news, and there's not going to be people still dying off, like, you know,
fingers crossed,
hours after the fact or days after the fact and stuff.
Yeah,
it's like happened to Night Eye, you know.
That one, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I think that's going to do it. Until next time, I'm Nate.
I am Nick.
We'll see you later, everybody. Peace.